medium rare internet beef that I think is just kind of worthless to go over, but so many people keep bringing it up to me that I feel I should at least talk about it to some extent. So I'll go ahead and cannonball into the septic tank and doggy paddle around for a bit. The main topic
So
involves a banned YouTube creator that I'm sure you've all heard of
huh?
before. His name is Sneako. A lot of people compared him
I
to
got
like
you.
a diet Andrew Tate. He recently got banned and he still does make content elsewhere. And recently he started targeting me because I made jokes about his friends on the Fresh and Fit podcast, whom I think are beautiful clowns that do some very silly stuff that is entirely entertaining to make fun of. But Sneako didn't.
Bro, if you're going after Moist Critical, you're down horrendous, bro. If you gonna have beef for Moist Critical, like you're you're sad. You're a sad individual. This guy's literally the most peaceful guy. Like he wouldn't want violence, man. He's not the type to create it or finish it. He would end it. I don't even know if that makes sense.
See it that way because he's a very sensitive guy and he started writing their wieners to try and defend a blatantly outrageous story that one of them told about meeting a basketball player at a party, then being invited by that basketball player to a mansion and then fucking a ton of girls at that mansion thanks to the basketball player, which sounds like something a Tumblr account would have made up, and ending with "and everybody clapped." It was such a goofy piece of fan fiction, it felt like he was begging to be humiliated and made fun of, so I started throwing some balls at the clown and dunking them in the tank. I made a video talking and joking about it, and Sneako saw this and he wasn't too happy, so he got offended on his friend's behalf, which of course is a very alpha male thing to do. I know Sneako doesn't like that nomenclature, he never calls himself an alpha male and thinks that it belittles him, but his fan base is and has been
Nico guy.
red pilled and thinks of him as like a no nonsense kind of
Hmm?
guy who tells it like it is, a man's man.
You said
And
what?
yet, Sneako cries more than a 12-year-old going through
Sneako got
puberty
mad at
and has
Moist
very
Critical
public temper tantrums like a child who didn't get the Spider-Man toy they wanted for Christmas. So he was upset because I was making fun of them. He then makes a big rant about me, calling me a bitch, saying all kinds of things. He doesn't really make any points, he just insults my appearance a lot and makes...
Oh my, see, now you made yourself worse when you. I don't understand when these individuals, like I know they have low self-esteem, but like, if you go and insult somebody with the same energy, please. Why are you insulting somebody that want no business with violence, like a peaceful person? Why? You're a dirtbag. You're a dirtbag. Like, what are you doing? They don't want that. Yet you go out of your way just because you understand to a degree that they not indulging in such activity. So you believe you have the advantage. You're sick in the head.
very bold assumptions about me not going outside and shit like that, which of course has nothing to do with anything I was saying, nor does it debunk any of my points. Not that I was even really making points, I was just making jokes about a silly fucking story, and he's taking it as if I just gave a TED Talk on monogamy, because for some reason he somehow gets lost in like this Winter Soldier episode, like this delusional fantasy, where he starts making a statement
Facts.
on
This dude
monogamy,
Sneako.
which of
Wow,
course
bro.
had nothing to do with the video I made.
I'm not gonna say names. Someone texted me. He's in a monogamous relationship. This is his girl.
Bro. See, he may feel like that is funny, you know, but this type of information, for one, you have to be close with that person to even know this type of confidential information. Because this type of information, how would you know before this dude says it? Like, how you gonna say that and know before Moist Critically shares that. First of all, you caught yourself right there, 4K for one. For two, why are you in their business like this? What does that do for you, Sneak? That doesn't give you bonus points. You don't get brownies for this. You don't get cookies with milk, sir. You just get a bunch of clown ratio, whatever the youngins be saying nowadays. Bro. He thought he had some cool points. He thought he'd get the thug, that the uh one that back in the day meme with the thug glasses. He thought he'd get them glasses. He really felt like he had them glasses on when he did that. This man here, you saw what? Oh yeah, I just paused it at it. Goofy. Look at, that's what he really is, man. That's how you act, Sneako. Goofball, goofy goober. Like this goofy goober really felt like, I bet you that's how he felt in this scene right here. He thought he got the thug glasses from like that 2018 thug glasses. No, sir, you're not him, and you're not that guy. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy.
So there you go. I mean, I told you, like, I could hear it in your voice. The fact that someone doesn't have to abide by those rules. Someone could go and fuck a lot of bitches. That it's so foreign to a lot of people's ideas, because when you get brainwashed, when you get told that monogamy is the answer.
What the fuck are you even?
I actually got a counter for this. This man, Sneako, he's trying to portray monogamy or something like with other people, with different mating with different people is bad. Yet wasn't this man arguing? He was protecting that point when he was talking with that dude Abba from Abba and Preach. He was defending that point. He was saying, bro, I want to be able to have 10 girls on my side at all times pleasing me. He was recorded saying that, and now he's over here saying monogamy that's crazy. I could tell like he's this thinking like that. Sneako is having a mental breakdown. Sneako, you're having a mental breakdown, and it is tough, man. He's been through it. He's been suffering, but Sneako, this ain't the route. This ain't the route for you, man. This route is not for you. You're losing yourself. Probably already did at this point. It is what it is.
Talking about? What does this have to do with anything? What does bringing up a picture of me and my girlfriend have anything to do with anything
so
that is
hurts? Oh, I know why. Hey, I'm sorry to cut you off, Moist Critical, but I know why, Moist Critical. I found the solution. Bro. He's jealous. He can't keep a girl, so he's like, he can't fathom you. Like, he's like, man, how is he able to tame her? He can't fathom you respectfully having a mate. You know what I'm saying? Reciprocating as they reciprocate to you. You know what I'm saying? Love each other. This man can't comprehend that. He don't see that in himself. So when he saw that from you, from his opponent, I guess, is he sees you as, which is out of pocket, but this man is jealous, bro. Hey, Moist Critical, man. He wants what you want. He wants what you got, man. He's jealous. He's hurt. It's sad because he can literally get that. It's natural thing for humans, but since he thinks it's impossible, it's tough.
And where is monogamy even coming from? You're fighting an invisible enemy right now. You're fighting ghosts that aren't real. Like, none of this had anything to do with the video itself of me joking about a stupid fucking story that this guy told. Like, it's so weird. And he's been mad ever since, as I understand it. I, of course, don't really watch him, but I keep getting updates on Sneako not being happy, wiggling his finger, saying, I don't really like this Charlie guy anymore for this. Now, like I said, because so
Oh
many
my
people keep bringing this up
goodness.
to me every day, I felt obligated to at least, talk about this a little bit and engage with the drama, even though I don't really want to. What I do want to talk about, though, is the Black Friday Moist Global merch sale, baby. A lot of great merch on moistglobal.com is a lot of money off right now, so go to moistglobal.com to get some fucking beautiful items. And we even have some really fun, goofy ones that are in stock right now, such as this wonderful Happy Coat, which is kind of like a bathrobe. It's fantastic. And we also have some Yu-Gi-Oh! Inspired design.
That was a smooth plug-in. That was a smooth plug-in. I respect that.
Available right now as well, which are just fun items, and once all of these are sold out, they won't be restocked. So if you're at all interested, go to moistglobal.com. The link's in the description. I'm gonna keep this on for the rest of the video. The only thing I'm missing now is a cigar to really get into character here. I'm gonna go ahead and talk a little bit more about this. I am pretty familiar with Sneako, probably more so than a lot of his more modern fan base is. I first became aware of his content when he got mad at me a couple years ago because I was criticizing a movie called Cuties. For those that don't know, Cuties was a movie that went to Netflix, and it was basically just softcore child porn. It was a movie that focused on twerking and a coming-of-age film that used real children in real positions of, like, sexualization.
Be honest, I hope people don't think that that stuff just started happening, because that's been happening since humans were born, bruh. The foul things, the vile things, the violations that humans do nowadays, that is deeply traditionalized, bruh, from the root of the ancestors. So I'm not saying all of us do it, but I bet you my life savings, and even though I don't have that much, but I bet you my life that these, like, our ancestors were probably one of those. We're probably one of those, Chief.
Where during like a twerking contest, they'd have cameras that would go like right into their ass and zoom in. It was fucking disgusting stuff. And I made a whole video talking about how fucked up it is that not only does it exist, but Netflix has promoted it and it's on their service. Regardless of what the intention was or what the message aimed to deliver from the director, it completely missed the mark. By using real child actors and doing the things that they did in the film, it became a movie that was only enjoyed by legitimate, real, self-admitted pedophiles. And I made a video talking about how gross that whole situation was, and Sneako made a response to it saying that the outrage around this film is misplaced and it's actually a good movie.
Americans are like, this is deplorable. I saw this commentator, Penguin Zero, who I actually like. There's not a lot of good commentators, but he's like, this movie is deplorable. There's nothing good about it. There's nothing. And it's like he didn't even watch the movie. It's just like he only saw the clips that were going to piss him off. Or he just got so triggered by the provocative imagery that he just, deplorable. Come on, man. Like, don't you see the reasons why she's doing what she's doing?
Sneako has said multiple times, even in his most recent rant, that he does like my content. Though I'm pretty sure he just says that to cushion the blow and like tiptoe around it, like before insulting me. Just in case there's anyone in his chat that likes my content, he wants to make sure to not make them upset. So he makes sure to preface it by saying, well, I actually do like him, but... and then goes on to get super personal about it. This was my first real exposure to Sneako, and it's also the reason I don't care what his opinion is of me, because it's coming from a man who likes cuties. So why the fuck would it matter if he thinks I'm a bitch or anything like that?
True. Also, yeah, Penguin does have a lot of evidence, and his evidence alone, yeah, even just one of his evidence. Caught Now Sneako in 4K. But I just like to ask even just put it to the bone, insert it, some more. This man Sneako himself set himself from out of his esophagus. He said, nowadays to get views, you have to be wild, you have to be crazy. Yo, I get angry, compulsive because people like that. And that's true to a degree. He said that's what you got to do nowadays. And he started doing that. Bro, he even said himself he's going to start acting irrational and illogical because that's what brings in the views and stuff. And it did bring the views. Man, it's talked about. Even a person like me that lives under a rock is talking about this guy. Like, it came out of the man's mouth himself.
It legitimately couldn't mean less coming from a guy who openly defends a softcore child porn production.
Okay, if I ever wanted to get canceled, this is the video. I saw Cuties last night, and it was pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. I went in ready to hate like everybody else. I saw the cover, and I got clickbaited. So did you. You got clickbaited. The thing about Cuties is it's not an unrealistic film.
I never really saw it, never heard of it in my life. No, first time. And those casts look very young, bro. What in tarnation? But then again, it just looks new, right? But this dirty behind the scene infestation activities has been happening since all of us was born, but
I got clickbaited. So did you. You got clickbaited. The thing about Cuties is it's not an unrealistic film. Like, yes, it shows children in a sexual way, but this is not unusual now. And the people who are really mad about this aren't Gen Z.
Now, the reason I'm showing this isn't just to debate a multiple-year-old Sneako video that he completely ate shit on and had the worst possible take of with this whole cutie situation. The reason I'm showing this is because I haven't liked him since I saw this side of him. I was aware that he made other content, and apparently some of it was pretty good a couple years back, but once I saw this video, it just showed me a really weird guy who it seemed like really just wanted to be.
he's not really weird guy. I feel like you just gave him a compliment. This dude Sneako is mentally unstable, dangerous individual. He's not just a weird guy, really weird guy. This dude is unstable. Like, he's not right up here, bro. This guy says the most contradicting things on camera. Under 5 seconds. And it'd be about serious topics. Like, bro, that's not somebody you want to be around, bro. Like, he don't care about himself. So, you're a training dummy for the man. Or ant to him. He sees everyone lesser than himself. He's a dangerous individual, bro. Like, honestly, he's not someone you should be messing with. Like, this dude is wild. He tweaked in the head, bro. Like, no sir, he's not weird. Penguin, this guy is crazy. He's wild. He's insane. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of these type of people out here that breathe the same air as us and all that. And we just have and we have to deal with these type of folks. Man here, peaceful guy here. Somehow trouble came looking for him. Crazy. It's a crazy world we live in.
Contrarian for the sake of it, and makes terrible points in defense of this film for some reason. Like, even in your own video, you openly admit right there that yes, it sexualizes children. Full stop, that's not okay. That's a problem.
Like, this girl, at one point, she takes a picture of her vagina and posts it on Instagram. Kids naturally just rebel. I like this movie because it's extremely provocative, but it's realistic. A major criticism of this film was that it's
like, I understand like he respects the the concept, the reference of if it's trying to refer to real life, like reality. Okay, but this man saying he likes it, and he said he enjoyed it. I don't think he sees the problem. I don't think he actually sees it in a way that someone with common sense will see it. All levels, that movie's an issue. Has kids, bro. Kids are blessings, bro. Dangle and mess around with that, you will get the treatment. You will get punished for that. Accountability will punish you, bro. You trying to dabble, mess around with kids. Hey, bro. Hey, yo. I don't think he sees it like that. And that's not good. That's not, bro. And that's why he's sabotaging himself like this. This will lead him not EDP path, but something very dangerous that can harm him or harm anyone around this man's vicinity, bro. Probably 6 miles out, bro.
Child porn that they were just showing these kids, and that it's gonna bring a bunch of pedophiles in. I don't think so. I don't think so. Not more than anything else that's on the internet now, or not.
He thinks it's not gonna bring more, bro. Any site that is a site can be used as a dating site because of these pedos, bro. And when you give them authorization with activities like that, which is they were lovely to indulge in, bro, they would swim head first in that. What is he talking about? Pointing at this man's freaking wrinkled head, bro. You're a goofball. Goofy Goobert. Dodo bird.
Not more than beauty pageants in America, which still exist and are exactly what you see in the film.
Do you go to beauty pageants to watch the kids, Sneako? I certainly hope not. Just because the beauty pageants, which are fucked up, completely agree, just because those exist in the real world doesn't mean that that's justification for this movie. I feel like that should be obvious. You can't use this whataboutism like, oh yeah, Cuties has a lot of sexualization of children, but what about, child beauty pageants? I mean, those are out there in the real world, so what's wrong with Cuties being on Netflix? I won't show you any more from this video, it's dog shit all across the board. But there is one more thing I'd like to highlight. Even when Sneako started to rise to popularity, I didn't pay too much attention because, again, in my mind, he will always be that guy that for some reason fights for this film, which is just fucking weird. So he's always just been kind of a weird person to me that I don't pay too much attention to. But I couldn't help but take notice of one of his more recent viral clips where he openly defends getting cucked.
So I wanted to break this down, like, because this was imagine seeing the girl you love, like,
Get fucked.
get fucked.
You love her?
Yeah, I do. I love it. Yeah, I love her. I was about to say I love this bitch. I'm like, nah, let me not say that. I love my
Queen.
wifey, my queen.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. He did say this. Bro, he went from I want 10 women on my side of all times, feeding me, pleasing me, all times. He went from that phase to what you call, to this phase right here. This phase. And then now he went to a phase of he what you call, shames these phases he was previously was. Like, he wasn't just that, not that far off, bruh. Those timelines were not that far off. These timelines was in the same year, bruh. Same year. Those timelines when he was wilding, those phases are in the same year, bro. It's not that far off. He tweaked, man. He tweaked.
You allowed the love of your life to
He needs to not. He needs to, like, take time off. Stop this recording, bro. Stop recording yourself, and instead go seek some help, man.
get fucked by another man.
What happened to the other
Is there,
agreement?
is there,
Why
is
that
there,
one didn't last?
I'm crazy.
The first time, as soon as I saw it, like 3 pumps in, I just got up and walked out. I'm just like, I can't do that. Like, feeling traumatic thoughts, like seeing her with another person. It's a lot. It's a lot. But I think it's something everybody should do just to test. You know what?
It is a legitimately super sad thing to sit there and listen to, because Sneako is very clearly bothered by that whole situation, but is trying to play it off like a deeper message, like, no, this is actually a good thing, and in fact, I recommend every guy out there try letting their girl get fucked by another man. Then you'll know if it's real, if this is the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. It is fucking tragic to listen to. Now, I want to be clear, I have absolutely no problem with open relationships. I think everyone should be completely within the right to handle their relationships however they see fit and whatever makes them happiest. Contrary to what Sneako thinks about me, I have legitimately no issue with open relationships at all. But what Sneako's talking about here isn't so much an open relationship, it's cuckoldry. You have watched your girl get fucked in front of you on at least 2 occasions that he talks about here. And you were right next to her, watching her get fucked, and one time you were so upset about it you had to leave the room after the 3rd pump, you said. You're clearly not really alright with this situation. You're for some reason forcing yourself to be okay with it. Like, I'm not trying to sit here and be an armchair psychologist like you try to do against me during your rants, but it really seems like you don't like it.
Don't worry, Moist Critical. I can be that for you. You don't have to take that risk. I take the risk gladly, because matter of fact, he says it himself. Like, he literally says himself. Why, bro? I promise you, Moist Critical, the evidence.
Reason forcing yourself to be okay with it. Like, I'm not trying to sit here and be an armchair psychologist like you try.
The psychologist don't need to be it. It's okay. He said it himself.
Do against me during your rants, but it really seems like you don't like it. And yet, for some reason, you're also trying to celebrate it and promote it like a good thing. It's just super sad. Like, if you're fucking other girls and she's fucking other guys, that's one thing, but you being in the same bed that she is fucking another man in and watching her, and then even talking about how, like, upset you were about how much she was moaning and the deep eye contact she was making with the man she was fucking in front of you, like, you're not really okay with it, it sounds like. So stop trying to pretend to be, and stop trying to make it seem like this is a good, healthy thing for everyone that everyone needs to try. It's just pretty sad. So this is always in the back of my
Dude is
mind when he
causing
starts critiquing
chaos.
my relationship, or really any
He loves it. He
relationship
loves
for that
it.
matter. Like, what really gives you the
He
right,
wants chaos,
especially
bro.
when you're clearly in a very complicated situation in your own mind with your relationship. So, like I said, I didn't really want to talk about this, but he apparently keeps shitting on me and making a big hoopla about it, and people keep bringing it up to me, so I felt like I should at least address it in some capacity. So this is me talking about it, and that's about it. So yeah.